So I know that I mentioned in my video about the purpose for my channel, I mentioned that I grew up reading the Bible. And so I wanted to clarify something that I also had as a thought that dissuaded me from reading the Bible when I was young, when I guess I was around the ages of like 18 to like 21-ish. And that thought was that, well, if I can't read the Bible for what it truly is without like the Hebrew right next to it to give me better translation for the words or the commentaries, and it just feels like a big time commitment. Or if I feel like I'm too young, because I know that when I was younger, like stories are the only way that I was interested in reading the Bible. Otherwise it was just a bunch of words that talked about things that I couldn't grasp because I hadn't experienced the world enough. So with that in mind, I can see that being discouraging to reading the Bible or encouraging children to read the Bible because they're not going to be able to understand the 100% truth of it. But I think back on my dissuasion from reading the Bible, and I realize that having read the Bible while I was young and being exposed to these stories and general themes that I saw in the Bible, I was able to build off of those. So it's like layering a small foundation, having an outline for an essay. It lets you have a mold to fit the rest into, and so reading the Bible without all of that was great for me as development and allowed me to recognize also in humility how quickly some ideas in the Bible can be um, restructured and even just completely changed entirely. Um, And so there's no real reason to be discouraged if you don't have the time commitment to read commentaries or to, inquire of your pastor or just ask any kind of, Bible scholar about it. I would just read it and maybe just note down the verses that you might have questions about and just take one at a time. You don't have to read a lot. I only read a chapter a day, and it's because I want to really get into the nitty-gritty parts of each chapter as I go. And if I have questions, I look it up on the internet because we have tons of resources, hundreds of commentaries available online. And if I have a bunch of commentaries that contradict each other, then I'll go to someone that I trust and ask them of it. But I don't think there's any reason to discourage someone young from reading the Bible or discouraging them if they don't understand the entire story. Just take small steps and build on it as you go. And as long as you move forward in humility when reading the Bible, and you're willing to change how you think about certain things, and you're not closed minded to how some stories may be interpreted, I think that that's the greatest possible way to pursue the truth of what the Bible might be trying to tell us.